waste has become a big problem in Indonesia.
One of them is the waste of rice felt corn shells and coconut coir that are still not used properly.
As a young millennial generation should innovate in an effort to overcome these problems. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, our establishment here will present our research.
But before that, it will be better if we introduce ourselves first, okay?
I'm farihatus.
And I'm Alystya seno kusumawardani.
We are from Islamic Senior High School 1 Lamongan. We will present our research under title Kategori Particle board of paddy field snail Pila ambulacea and coconut fiber Cocos nucifera L as effort to reduce agricultural pests and organic waste in Lamongan district.
Particle board or plywood is a sheet produced from heat freezing a mixture of wood particles or other cellulose materials with wood glue and other materials. Standard 2009. Particle board is one of the most commonly used board products. This is because particle boards are flexible, moldable, and recyclable. The increasing demand for particle boards such as business materials, construction, and furniture manufacturing needs is not balanced by the presence of other alternative materials that cause a decrease in the availability of wood and sawdust.
The Central Bureau of Statistics states the timber processing industry, especially carpentry, decreased by exactly 183,729.7 tons of teak and 226,965.5 tons of forest wood in 2018. One alternative ingredient that can be used as a substitute for sawdust as part of particle board material is young coconut fiber. Based on the World Atlas report, in 2019, Indonesia produced 17.13 million tons of coconut, as a country with the largest coconut plantation area in the world.
Rice snail populations are often considered pests for rice crops. As a result, farmers use a variety of methods to eradicate snails. In Kudus, golden snail damaged more than 100 hectares of rice crops. In Hadiwarno village, a snail attack damaged 130 hectares of rice fields. Farmers in Kudus flood their rice crops with water as high as rice tank every 2 days to prevent snails and leafhoppers from eating them. While the shell is often discarded as well in coconut coir waste, thrown in vain without being processed into a valuable item.
The purpose of our research is to know the process of making particle board made from coconut coir and rice felt snail shells, and to determine the effectiveness of coconut coir and rice corn shells powder on the resulting particle board.
Tools and material used in research. The tool is scales, glass, measuring glass, open container, spatula, and sieve. The material is coconut, Cocos nucifera L, rice field snail shell, Pila ambulacea, wood glue, wet cement, and water.
The experimental design of this study is particles that have been mixed according to the proportion in the table above. Sample 1 with a ratio of 25 grams of coconut coir powder and 75 grams of rice snail shells powder. Sample 2 with a ratio of 50 grams of coconut coir powder and 50 grams of rice snail shells powder. And sample 3 with a ratio of 75 grams of coconut coir powder and 25 grams of rice snail shells powder are then mixed with wood glue and formed into sheets. It is then compressed on the particle board.
The working of making pila board from coconut coir waste and rice field snail shell as follows. First, the preparation of tools and material. The second, make powder from coconut coir with the following steps. In this process, separation of fiber from coconut shell, then cleaned using running water. After that, it is heated in sunlight. Then the coir is sliced to produce coconut coir granules and then mixed until smooth. Third, make rice filled corn shell fur. In this process, the shell of the rice snail is washed with running water until clean, then dried in the sun. After that, mash using a blender, then filter using a coconut milk filter to get a fine corn shell powder. And lastly, mix the ingredients according to the proportion in the example above. After that, stir until mixed well. Then cooked using an oven at a temperature of 150 degrees Celsius for 3 hours.
Physical appearance test result can be seen from the table above. The best result obtained in the first experiment with sample 1 with a ratio of 25 grams of coconut coir powder and 75 grams of rice snail shells powder. The large composition of coconut coir powder and rice snail shells powder affect the texture of the pilaco board, which is rather smooth and hard. The color is light brown, so it looks attractive and the scent is not so strong.
The result of the pila-cobalt absorption test in the table above are, we can find out that the sample with the best absorption capacity is sample 1, with a ratio of 25 grams of coconut coir powder and 75 grams of rice snail shell powder. This proves that the more powder content of the rice snail shell on the particle board, the better its absorption capacity. The percentage of absorption is derived from delta volume divided by water volume multiplied by 100%.
From the result of the comparative strength test, we can find out that the sample with the best price strength is sample 1. The maximum load bearing strength is 3,436 gram, with a ratio of 25 gram of coconut coir powder and 75 gram of rice snail shells powder. The proof is that the more powder the rice snail shells on the particle board, the better the compressive force on object.
The result of this study can be concluded. First, pila-cobalt has a texture, color, and scent, look which is interesting. Secondly, pila-cobalts are hard, so they can withstand a certain weight. Thirdly, pila-cobalts have good absorption abilities. Sample 1 is the best sample because contains a lot of rice snail shell powder compared to coconut coir powder. Coconut coir powder waste is well utilized in this study, in addition to efforts to reduce organic waste in Lamongan Regency.
That's all from us. If we have any mistake, we have apologized for it. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.